Hey guys, I got to have my 2-week surgical follow-up on Friday, and I wanted to share that news with you. I realized it's Saturday and I didn't make an update. I was able to drive myself. Super excited about that because I'm off of my pain medication. Wasn't uncomfortable driving at all. Probably took me about 35-40 minutes to get there, get parked, get over to my surgeon's office. I got to meet with the physician assistant, Jeremy, who was fabulous. And he asked, how are you feeling? Any numbness, any tingling? Neurologically checked me out to make sure I had strength in both sides, left foot, left and right knees, that I could push, pull, and there weren't any real big discrepancies. We talked about how week 1 went, and I did share with him my couple of challenges. We talked about week 2, and how I was starting to feel really good and a lot better, and how I've been able to incrementally increase my walks. I said that I had, started with just going around the block, and how when I had initially tried to add, another block or two, that was really hard. But within another week, I was walking 1.5 to 2.5 miles at a clip, and that was 4 times a day. Because he's like, oh, you're walking like 2 miles a day. I was like, no, I'm walking like 1.5 to 2.5 miles every walk 4 times a day. So he was really pleased with that progress. He did tell me to expect to continue the restrictions that I have right now. Again, no bending, no lifting, no twisting, no heavy impact related activities, stuff to think about like that. I did ask if I could possibly get back on my Peloton for some very low impact rides, just to break up the monotony of walking. I am trying to stay active. I am trying to not overdo it, but there are only so many walks, north, south, east, west, that I can go in my neighborhood. And, I've driven to the forest preserves over here, and they have, with the weather being as nice as it has been, have been a little I won't say overcrowded, but there's been a lot of people there, people not wearing masks. And even though it's open, air, it still makes me really nervous because I wear my mask when I'm out in public, and I feel like everybody should, but they don't. And it is what it is. I try to keep taking precautions as much as I can. My physician assistant took a look at my incision. He said, this looks like it's healing really well. You just have a little redness. Expect that is going to fade over time. How are you doing otherwise? Any weird symptoms? And I said, well, I have had some stomach upset. That does happen with anti-inflammatories when I take them for a prolonged period of time. And he said, well, then you can go ahead and stop taking those anti-inflammatories and just keep those for as needed basis. If you feel like you've overdone it, if you're feeling sore, if you're having any weird little nerve pain, not feeling good pain, lower back pain, hold on to those and use that. So I have also stopped my anti-inflammatories. I am still occasionally taking my muscle relaxers, just because, and this is probably my fault, I keep walking, and now that I've gotten the okay to kind of start going about my life again, I have been out and about. I have taken a drive. There was an outlet I wanted to go see if I could get a new duvet cover. I did stop by and see some friends who I know who have also been quarantining like me. So we had dinner together and a glass of wine together, which was really nice. Today, I was pretty exhausted, probably because of all the excitement yesterday. I had my doctor's appointment. I, stopped to pick up a couple of things. I had gift cards for the immediate area. So I was like, oh, I'm out, I'm here. Let me grab a couple tank tops and some leggings and stuff like that. So, excited about that. Then I drove to the outlet to go see if I could find the duvet cover I wanted. My dad had also asked me to stop by, and I had to call them, and I said, like, hey, I know I was trying to squeeze it in to come by and say hi to you guys, but that is not going to work today because literally, I'm 15 minutes away from home, but in 2 hours I'm supposed to be, showered and dressed and meeting friends for dinner. I said, so we will figure that out another time. Dinner was great with my friends. Oh, sorry, there goes my lamps again. Alexa, turn on the right lamp.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on the left lamp.
Okay.
Sorry about that, you guys. Technology. And it's telling me it's bedtime. So, a lot of action yesterday. Got up today, wasn't feeling too sore. Had some breakfast, kind of putted around the house a little bit. And around 11:30, I felt exhausted, you guys. So, I did listen to my body. I decided to go upstairs. I did take a nap. What I thought would be like an hour turned into 3.5 hours. And I woke up so hard and like so confused. Like I had time traveled. I didn't know what day it was, how late it was. And when I looked at my watch, I was like, oh crap, it's 3:30 already. Like the day's gone, you know. I felt like I'd kind of wasted the day. So, you know, I got up, had, you know, quick glass of water, jumped in the car, ran some more errands, got a couple more things done around the house, got back here, realized that I had bought a couple cases of LaCroix and I was gonna need help because I can't lift a case of LaCroix by myself. I'm not supposed to. I had just basically, like, at the store, pulled my cart up next to the display and just, like, sort of cartwheeled, I guess, the box into, like, the little child seat area in the front of my cart, right? And then the same thing, I rang out, left it in the cart like that, got to my Jeep, and basically reversed the process and cartwheeled the case into my Jeep because I'm not supposed to be lifting anything. And I got home and I realized, like, my next closest friend to me had been out having a fantastic time drinking bourbon all day today, so he couldn't be any help. 2 other friends of mine were at dinner. Another friend of mine just had a baby, so he can't come over and help. You know, all of these random things. I was like, crap. So I literally, and you know, I'm a resourceful person. Just because you had surgery doesn't mean you're completely helpless. Would it have been great to get that case up here in one trip? Absolutely. But that's not what happened. I went downstairs with a little canvas tote and just opened the case, put 6 cans in there and brought them upstairs and redid that trip a couple times. Not a big deal. So, you know, work with what you got if you have to. If a friend can come over and help you, family can come over and help you, awesome. If they can't, just make a couple trips instead of trying to be Superman and do it all in one shot. So, still sleeping really good. Still getting around really good. Had a great walk tonight. Managed again to run errands. I was in the car for a good chunk of the day. Probably in 20-30 minute driving clips, so not terrible. But was able to go shopping and pick up some stuff at Sam's Club. Was able to pop into like TJ Maxx and look for a couple of things I need around the house. So not a bad day. Feeling pretty good for, okay, today is Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 2 weeks, 4 days, 18 days out from surgery, and I'm feeling really good. Like, really good, you guys. I did tell Jeremy, my physician assistant, that, you know, I appreciate everything they did, and I'm super grateful. And, you know, to think, again, that I dealt with all this pain for 8 years and they fixed it in 40 minutes. And, like, yes, there's still a bunch of healing to do. He said, like, no, you know, you're doing really good, like, healing-wise. Your incision is healed. There's just some redness. There are people who are obviously a lot less farther along than you are. He goes, you're doing really well, but, like, you still can't go in a pool right now. You still can't go sit in the bathtub. He goes, you know, that's going to be at least another 2 weeks away. So, you know, stuff like that. Not the end of the world. You know, my dad did ask me to dog sit and house sit for him a little later in August. Hopefully that will be, you know, 2 weeks or plus further away so I can enjoy the pool. You know, they got the 2 goofy ass labs that I love and adore, and they do love to jump in the pool, and I love to jump in the pool too. So hopefully that will be an option for me. Plus, I think being in the pool is going to be, like, a really great source for rehab. Like, to be in a, you know, a little more gravity-friendly environment where you're a little more buoyant and not as much of the world is, trying to shove down on that spine right now. I think swimming is going to be a really good exercise for me, mobility wise, range of motion wise, and just again, lifting some of that gravity off of my body versus, any other type of exercises that I'm doing that the whole world is like pulling down at me at one time. I do have to send a follow-up email to my surgical team because in the excitement of just feeling better, I forgot to ask, like, hey, do I have any work restrictions when I start work on Monday again? And, I was in the process of considering adopting a dog. Like, do they think it's okay for me to go ahead and proceed with that adoption? Or should I wait, another 4 weeks until they consider me well enough to begin physical therapy and rehab? Because I really believe that, any dog coming into your life really kind of deserves 100% of you. And I'm not quite at 100% right now, but I also don't want to miss out on a dog that I feel is like, kind of sort of totally meant for me. And, the universe, crossing my fingers, seems to kind of be keeping him on hold for me through this process. So I am going to shoot them an email, and hopefully I'll hear back from them on Monday about, again, any work-related restrictions, whether I can possibly consider adopting a dog. He's a really cool dog, by the way. Bulldog and pit bull mix, more bulldog than anything. So let me tell you, this dog is not running down the block with me, which is okay because I'm not running down the block either. Real chill. Just wants to hang out, get belly rubs, and maybe take like a round the block walk. So I may have to go around the block and then drop him off at the house and go out for a walk by myself. Because he's the air conditioning, like, hanging out and being a stud kind of dog. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know if that comes through too. Again, still kind of going through the process. I did take a Tylenol this morning. I did take a Tylenol tonight when I got home from running errands just because, I feel a little sore and cranked up. I did take a muscle relaxer before dinner, which I cannot believe it's 11:30 p.m. right now, and I just finished dinner. So I figured that would be helpful again. Yesterday there was a bunch of driving and running around. Today there was a lot of driving and running around and walks, just so that muscle tension can kind of relax, and hopefully I sleep good tonight. I did ice my back. I still have an ice pack tucked back there right now. I will probably try a spin ride tomorrow just to see how I feel, like a little 10-15 minute low impact spin ride. I mean, I was told, nothing crazy, nothing high impact, which of course, absolutely not. We know that's not going to happen, but I will let you guys know how that goes. And again, any questions, any comments, any concerns, not a physician, but happy to help you guys through this. Yeah. So again, super excited that I did this. Super grateful for the second chance to kind of get my body back in order and get back to all the things I love. And I feel like I'm getting there, you guys. I'm very, very excited and very grateful for this. So again, let me know if there's anything I'm being a resource about. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Bye.